Darker Smith points out, young girls who identify with characters like Cinderella or Belle from Beauty and the Beast are more likely to end up in abusive relationships as adults. While interviewing victims of domestic abuse, Darker Smith found that many identified with the heroines of these stories, in which love conquers all, believing that if their love is strong enough, they can change their partner's behavior.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Allende from Authentic Alphas, and we're gonna go ahead and check out this new Disney Pixar Stepdad trailer. I know a lot of you guys are already going in on it, but I haven't seen anybody else's video on it just yet. I wanted to make sure it was fresh and just my thoughts and what came to mind. When I saw it the first time, I think it's pretty interesting. So let's check it out, and then we're gonna come back and talk about it. Alright, so now that we've just checked that out, I want to point out a couple of things that I observed. I think there's a lot loaded in this trailer visually. And if you've noticed, they went ahead and went the route with no dialogue. So there's no speaking lines in the trailer. It's just all music, pretty snappy song. They got a real catchy song. The new Syimp Daddy anthem that they developed, probably going to be a #1 on the chart. But anyway, so starting off from the top of the trailer, we see dude. Obviously, he's a brother. He's moving out of his place, which, as you can see, is in a completely different part of town. It's in the city. Not the nicest building in the world. Extremely small apartment that he was staying in. And he's now moving into the single mother's home. And as you can see, it's a big home. It's a lavish home. Who knows how far the house is from his neighborhood, but it's obviously a nice neighborhood, more the suburbs. And I'm pretty sure the explanation they're going to give for how she acquired that home is not going to be as nefarious as they usually acquire it. The numbers show that most female homeowners in America acquired that home through a divorce settlement. And when I say most, I mean somewhere up in the high 70s, 80% of female homeowners got that house from their ex-husband. But anyway, moving on. So his place is obviously not at the level, his living conditions and his quality of living is not at the height as hers. And he's moving into her place. And I guess taking on the stepdaddy role for these children is basically what they're insinuating and how it's flowing. Now, I want to point out how passive and docile this guy is. Throughout the trailer, you're going to see him interacting with the children and the woman in many ways, none of which I think are very dominant or masculine or in the leadership role, which I think is interesting because they have dude extremely domesticated. So he's definitely placating to this family and pandering to them. So, dude is baking. Not sure why the wife needs help with that. He's also doing laundry, reading bedtime stories. I don't see any discipline taking place, which is probably most guys' biggest concern when dealing with single moms, that they don't feel that they're in a position to discipline the children, or they just outright aren't. The female doesn't accept it. You hear those are my kids, So anyway, running through it some more, I'm not sure if the family is like Mexican or I'm sure they'll give us some more information on particularly what culture they are. But you see, he's not only acclimating to the situation, being a stranger in this home, but also it's a completely different culture. So not only does he have to be accepted by the children as the new man and father figure, but he also needs to be accepted by the family overall from a cultural standpoint. Right, so I definitely see a lot of social engineering going on here. They are definitely raising the next generations of Syimp. And basically, what I get from this trailer is that this guy is really, really desperately pandering for validation. He is looking for validation from the mother, the children, as well as her family. And you can even see the dog is giving him a pat on the head. So even the dog is giving him validation. Which I thought was pretty interesting. They also went out of the way to make this guy like cute and adorable and as non-threatening as possible. So I'm interested to see this movie when it comes out, just to dissect it and analyze it. But basically, they are really, really going hard right now with this. If you look at the past few stories that Disney has put out involving a family, you'll notice consistently they've been broken homes. It's always been single parent. Either just the father is in the picture or just the mother is in the picture. So I think it's interesting that the next time they go ahead and do something with both genders in the home, this is the route they chose to go. I'm not sure what the target audience is, but I definitely can see what's the message that they're trying to get across. So blatantly, overtly, they are endorsing and encouraging single fatherhood. And Disney is a cultural staple, man. Let's be real. They have hugely influenced the way that Western people see the world. Disney is popular all over the entire world. They are huge. Their characters are extremely noticeable, and their stories are familiar to pretty much everyone. So we know that they have definitely affected the thoughts, the mentality, the expectations of young girls becoming young women, becoming, you know, just women. And they are definitely selling that fairy tale now to the boys. So they've given the girls these unrealistic, non-balanced expectations for Prince Charming, and now they're over here giving young boys the expectation of being validated playing Mr. Cleanup. So, like I said, man, let's just see how this unfolds. I'm interested to see it when it comes up. It's looking like they're pushing it as a holiday film, obviously. So, I guess we'll see it this December, and we'll get a closer look at it and exactly what it is that they're gonna make another cultural norm. But Disney is responsible for a lot of our culture creation. They are one of the biggest, if not the biggest hand in social engineering. And these are things that if you said it 15, 20 years ago, people would have been, you know, telling you that you're reaching, you're making something out of nothing. But we can see what it's done to our women as they've grown up, you know, idolizing these characters. So now we're getting, you know, a day one look at what they're going to be doing with the boys here to come. But I definitely think they have this dude extra soft, and I mean, he's looking, I mean, pretty much as simpish as you could get. I think the only thing they threw in there was the fact that he's attractive somewhat is a little bit out of what you would expect for the cleanup man, the pickup man. But that might be part of what they're trying to you know, insinuate, that it's not being a last resort for this woman, or that this guy could actually have other options, but yet still somehow chose the single mother because why? I don't know, fill in the blank. The trailer definitely doesn't show much of her contribution to his life or how this is improving his life, other than I guess he's in a nicer, bigger home. So I'm just interested to see the movie and how they actually tell the story and the details, you know, the inner workings of this particular story. But from the looks of the trailer, man, they are just pushing this stepdaddy thing on us, with no real explanation or no real target audience, man. I'm still trying to figure out who this is supposed to be for. I mean, is this the family movie that you take the you take the single mom to go see when you're trying to become the stepdaddy, or is this what you take the family to see when you are the stepdaddy? Not sure where this is going, but it looks like they're about to idolize, you know, this guy and encourage it basically. So we'll see, but I just want to drop my thoughts on it. Like I said, I haven't seen anybody else's review on it yet, so I'm sure guys have a lot of interesting things to say, but the manosphere is going to go crazy over this one, man. All right, man, see you guys on the next one.
Dating a girl with a kid is like playing story mode on another dude's saved game. What the